nothing. He gets it to go. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. From the gun, here's Fields. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Fields on first down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Osa Odighizuwa busting through to get him for a loss of 6. 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. The pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Randy Gregory in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the 1st. They snap it to Fields. Deep ball for Goodwin. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. On the sneak, it's Prescott. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
There's no doubt that 2nd and 1 is a time when teams like to take a big shot downfield and try and pick up a big play. In this case, they're content running just the quarterback sneak and getting exactly what they wanted, a 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try the sweep with Elliott. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A nice toss play there to the left. More than enough room to move the chains.
And you know what I love about that play as a broadcaster? Seeing the big guys move. Seeing them get upfield and take out defenders. You know what I hated as a defensive back?
What?
That exact same thing. Seeing those linemen coming downfield, getting ready to blot out the sun.
Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A give to Elliott. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
This drive is pretty. The NFL is on EA Sports, and we're at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And off we go from Tampa. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
Brady now on first down. They'll swing this out to Fournette. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Good gain on first. Has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. A first carry for Leonard Fournette.
One thing I do know that offensive linemen like, they like a guy who's carrying the ball that will take what is blocked. Not try and create a big play and maybe take a loss, not try and go where the blocking isn't. But if it's just all that's there and you just put your head and your shoulders down and get that, you get the respect of the big guys up front.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. 7 yards the pickup there. 3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. Brady to throw for it on 4th down. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Brady. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The sack backs him up 3rd and long. Tough challenge for Brady and the Bucs. Looking to throw. Brady. That's caught by Howard. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Brady. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. On 1st down, Brady. He'll find Miller. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. And so far, a very nice, methodical opening drive.
This has the feel of a scripted drive that they rehearsed perfectly all week long, and now they're executing it on game day.
Script looks good so far. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. A giant hole up the middle. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
5 yards from the end zone, first and goal. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Second and goal from the 6 this time. Now Brady. Able to get away. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. So a potential big play by this defense wiped out by the face mask.
And disappointing because it was so unnecessary. They had the sack. But the officials are definitely keeping a close eye on the quarterback, especially the referee. They were able to spot that one immediately.
So the face mask moves him closer, and now first and goal.
Push him back. Sponge.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. This Fournette territory here, and he's alone in the backfield on second and goal. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on second and goal. Now they'll throw with Brady. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. Extra point put through by Suckham, and it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Now Pollard. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Let's take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a first and 10 at their own 13. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
First down, Cowboys.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time. We'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. They'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. A first down throw for Prescott. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Toss left to Elliott. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. Prescott. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Vita Vea drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This will be fielded at the 17. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Brady now on 1st down. And he finds Gronk. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. He's got Gronkowski yet again. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina...
And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Brady now to throw. Open man, Gronkowski complete. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. This Fournette territory here, and he's alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Brady. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans as the first half is winding down. And the Bucs will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that'll make the score 14-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Now Pollard. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And we'll see how aggressive they want to be in these final stages before the half. That is caught by Lamb. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Final play of the half, Prescott. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Second half straight ahead from Raymond James Stadium. Both teams finishing up their halftime adjustments. So for the call, let's get back over to Tampa and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. Oh, wide open, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big connection on that one, 36 yards.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Prescott. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. JPP cruising in for the sack that time. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be, trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive to either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
Prescott's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Prescott on the move to his left. Oh, Prescott stripped, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So it's a turnover there on the lost fumble, and this third quarter could not really have started worse.
I think that's a great observation because this was a close game at the half. They gave up the touchdown the opening drive. Now they turn over the football. This game, it can get away from them pretty quickly if their defense doesn't step up right here.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
6 yards left on second down. To throw is Brady. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
On third down, Fournette, and he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Zerline connects on the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
14, Cowboys 7.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now Brady to try again after the pick six. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, we just saw something you don't ordinarily see, and that's him trying to deep ball after throwing a pick six on his previous pass. Normally, they give him something safe to get his confidence back. Instead, they let him fire it downfield, albeit unsuccessfully.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Brady, pass incomplete.
But they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Brady to throw. Steps away to his left. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A handoff to Fournette. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 40-yard line.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 40 now on second down. Brady airing this one out for Evans. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Cowboys are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 3, second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Prescott from the gun. Escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Elliott. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Prescott out to his left. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. Elliott, toss right. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
To throw, Prescott. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. CeeDee Lamb there to make the grab. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. They get out of bed.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence getting him once again, his third sack of the afternoon. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Being chased out left. This is caught by Evans. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Throwing left side, he's got Gronk complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And, partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
To throw is Brady. And again, he'll find Gronkowski complete. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brings up second and 4.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
Back to throw, Brady. Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Here's Prescott. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that is incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him, All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And he will be taken down, and that means we are headed to overtime. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. So a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Here comes the first throw in OT for Prescott. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego, because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call, but when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to them. That tells me you're mature as a play caller, and it's working for them in overtime.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. This is Elliott. Antoine Winfield up from the secondary with the tackle.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Second and 5. Again, it's Elliott. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. And they need 5 yards on third down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive. A give to Elliott running left. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 72 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. And there'll be a break in the action here because Prescott is going to use a timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Second down and 7. A handoff left, Elliott. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. They've had some success here in overtime in this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
Now Elliott. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. One overtime. How about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that 2nd overtime in just a moment. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. They'll try the left side. It's Elliott. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop it behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
He'll buy some time right. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. And Zuerlein's kick is good. So they do get the short field goal here to get them the all-important overtime lead. But, Charles, you wonder if they'll wind up ruining the fact that they were able to get down into the red zone, yet not able to find the touchdown that would have won them the game.
Brandon, you're absolutely right. In overtime, when you get the ball first, the hope is your opponents never see the football. But now they're going to get a drive to try and win it, or at least keep the game alive with a field goal. And I'm getting a dictionary out to look up ruin.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because you're...
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Randy Gregory. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Brady's throw pulled in by Gronkowski. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Overtime with 2 minutes to play. We are in sudden death, but still all tied up. Brady to throw again. A pass underneath for Fournette. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again. And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
Brady to throw on 3rd and 1. To Evans on the slant. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 20-yard line. They wanted to avoid the dreaded 4th down and having to get a conversion or it being the final play. They picked it up, though, on 3rd.
I love how you described that because we've been in those situations and seen it. If you get to 4th down, especially in overtime, things get a little shakier, don't they? The hands get shaky, right? The throw, if you're going to throw the ball, being able to run it, all of that coming down to one big play. Very nice of them and nice for them to pick it up on 3rd.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Now Brady. And his throw is incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Now Brady. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And here's your ball game, down 3 in overtime, but they're going for this thing on 4th down. Brady to throw for it on 4th down. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he is trying to get to the marker. Going to depend on the spot, but I'm not sure he got there, and he did not. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.